Hate it. Well, I'll be getting a new HP laptop sometime in the new year. Sometime.
He explained to you how to fix it?
Yeah, but I can't fix it.
You just need an external.
Well, the price of
plug
repairing
into.
it is too close to the price of a brand new laptop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you could just transfer it into an external hard drive and transfer it over into the
That's
new
going to
one.
be the plan.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's easy. I did it the first time the hard way. I took it to like fucking Geek Squad because the screen broke, and it was years ago though. I didn't have access to an external monitor or even consider it. I was just like, I need all of this stuff here on here, and they did it. You know, they kept a couple of photos for themselves, the fucking pricks. But
oh, good.
yeah, the small price to pay.
They have been caught keeping private photos whenever they run across them on people's systems.
Of course they are, because it's
They're
people.
Humans.
I mean, do you remember like back in the day on a very smaller scale, but like pictures, like you would have to go to like a 1 hour Photoshop. So if people wanted to send risque photos,
And they get them developed.
You know they're making some copies for themselves.
Somebody had to see them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, so
You know,
and that's how I got started in the
jerking off
podcast business.
in a dark room at CVS. You know? That's how it goes.
Let's kick it. Welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your host Nelson.
I'm Ian.
Ed.
All right, squad is here doing our things. Holiday time.
It is.
Yeah.
Are you in a very festive holiday
Fuck
mojo?
no. Fuck no. Full seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's a miracle I'm even above ground.
Man, it's definitely different this season. I could tell, like,
There's almost no lights up in the neighborhood here. It's like one of every 20 houses. So like you drive through it might as well be any other time other than Christmas out here.
Christmas don't exist in Florida.
yeah,
I
man.
mean, it hasn't gotten remotely cold. I mean, I've broken out long sleeves once.
It's windy.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
Windy as
it's
shit.
windy and rainy today, but
El Nino,
I mean, but despite the weather,
which I'm guessing is a cartel.
it's not feeling very Christmassy this year.
No.
No.
It just feels different. A lot of unrest, I think, and
Yeah, a lot of strife in the world.
super fucking high prices.
Yeah.
So like, it's hard to be like, oh, I'm gonna go gift shopping, and then like, let me go get some groceries first, and I'm out.
Yeah, with the price of rent, there is no Christmas.
Fuck, man.
It's not fucking Christmas.
No, it's crazy.
Doesn't
It's
exist.
crazy.
Yeah.
So this year we're gonna deal out a lot of love, a lot of renewed friendships.
Me and my girlfriend ain't giving each other
Some
shit.
IOUs. Some
Thank you for the
IOUs,
mattress.
some
Some
handshakes.
furniture. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the TV stand.
Yep.
We're
had
good.
to furnish an apartment. That's the
Yes,
gift.
that's the
Ooh.
gift. The gift of furnishing a new apartment.
No, that is. Although when you give a spouse or a loved one an appliance as a gift, it's met with hostilities.
Sometimes.
Back in the day, right? I had this conversation with my daughter, who's much younger than me. I'm like, I watched I Love Lucy, right? It's a
Yeah,
show,
man.
right? And
Ricky, yeah. I remember that.
and Ricky bought his wife a new dishwasher, right? It was like the new thing. Ooh, I got you a dishwasher, babe.
Why? What was wrong with her? I'm just kidding. It was the fucking 50s.
Yeah,
Relax.
right. And
God
that
damn
was
it.
a thoughtful gift back then. He's like, you're at home working. I want to make your life easier. Here's a dishwasher.
Yep.
Right.
Here's an expensive appliance.
How did she
When
take
did
that?
that turn around and be like, you bought me a dishwasher? I think we should, as men, collectively bring back the appliance giving gifts for the holidays. What do you think, Ian?
I don't know because it may be. I don't know.
He's like, I don't want to be in deep water.
After the joke I just told, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
only
yeah,
get so
yeah.
many per, like, you know.
If you came home with like, hey, baby, here's that blender you wanted. Merry Christmas.
If she really wanted a blender, then it's a viable gift. But like if it's something
But
that
is
I
it?
am literally just
But
buying.
is it?
If she starts getting into
I
the
would say yeah.
smoothies because she's going to
I
the
would say
gym,
yes.
blender would work.
If she's bitching about a blender we own that sucks, or if she's like, this fucking blender doesn't blend anything, or, you know, and then you brought her like a badass hyper samurai ninja, you can throw a fucking rock into it and it'll turn into a smoothie, then yes, it's
But
a good.
I have
it's
a
good,
friend from Brooklyn who bought his wife the very thing she asked for. She was like, I really want this treadmill. This is really nice, state of the art. Get it for me.
If she asked for it,
She's
it's
like-
a viable gift.
She's like, I really wanted it. He
if
bought
you
it
just
for her for Christmas.
if you just buy your girlfriend a treadmill and do not lead up to it at all, you're a fucking asshole.
Okay, right.
And you better be prepared for the backlash that's going to come back.
But according to him, he was like, she was like all about it.
Oh.
We're at the store,
So
we're at
it's
the
his
sporting
opinion.
goods,
It's his opinion.
and bought it for
What's her
her.
side?
Her side is fuck you, asshole, dick. How dare you buy me a treadmill?
Right.
What are you trying to say?
You're fat is what that's the blatant message of giving someone a treadmill.
But can it be I want to give you health?
I care about your heart health.
Gym membership is a lot cheaper.
Yes.
It's a lot cheaper. And it's not as fucking drastic as coming home from work and finding a goddamn giant hamster wheel in the house.
Okay, so do you think...
Hey, fatty, get on it.
So fine. Is a gym membership...
Did he put a fishing rod with a fucking candy bar like in front of it? Like, run, Tombo,
a
run.
literal carrot at the end of the stick. They're like, this is what I really want you to eat.
A carrot is ridiculous.
Put the candy down.
You're blatantly calling her like a large bovine animal.
If you're in the store and you're like, hey, this thing is nice, get it for me, and then someone gets it for you, you're the asshole.
Right. Yeah. But it's like, get it for me when it's not a holiday, not a gift.
Nope.
That's kind of fucking shitty to pull that as a turnaround. Like, how dare you buy this for me?
Once the item is over X amount of money, and if it's not a necessary everyday item, that's coming during a holiday.
I say yes. So gym membership, guys. Do you think that is also a viable Christmas gift to give to a loved one?
I would say no, because you're not going to pay it. Like, unless you're going to pay it.
Unless you pay for the year.
Pay for a year. I bought you a year's gym membership, but
once
you
again,
don't
it's a slippery
already
slope.
go to the gym. This is a new membership. This is not, you go to the gym, I want to pay for a year.
If they have expressed interest in it, I should go to the gym. If they keep saying I should go to the gym, I should go to the gym, I should go to the gym, then yes.
Aha. It's still a trick, right? Because I should go to the gym. I should go to the gym implies that they're in need of some fitness.
You should
right?
You should be careful, and you should buy the membership for both of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because now you're like, oh, I bought it for me too. Like,
okay. All right.
It's something we can do together.
There
like,
also
okay.
With
All right.
that also comes the, can I teach this person in the gym, or do I need to get an outside help? Because some people will happily learn from their partner what to do in the gym. Other people
will not.
take a
me and my ex, it was a fight.
antagonistic
Fight
stance, and it'll be a nightmare. And you know, like, I need to find either a friend or a trainer for the first
I am that person that can easily help others learn. But when it comes to family members... it's like, because you just want to bump heads with them, like, you know what I mean? Like, even if it was my brother and we're like, all right, let's try this and we're gonna train this. Actually, no, Eddie is the exception to the rule. Any of my sisters, though, like father, mother, anybody else, like, we're bumping heads because I have like this attention span that's just like, okay, like I'm in, we're focused, and if you don't have that same attention span, and I'm like, all right, so this is what we're gonna do, and you're like looking off and texting, I'm like, all right, why am I even here? Why am I even here? So, you know.
Anything fitness related is you really have to know that's what that person wants.
Okay, all right. What about gag gifts? Are you a gag gift giver? Like, do you feel that that's suitable for a loved one, or is that just saved for friends and family?
I mean, it's funny. I mean, it's.
What if it's the only gift?
It can't be the only gift.
It can't be the only gift.
It can't be the only gift.
Because then you're an asshole.
And it has to be significantly cheaper than the actual gift.
Okay.
It can't be comparable in value or cost or more. It has to be a cheap gag.
So,
gift.
like, this year, me and my brother, and I let my brother in on the secret, are planning to derail my nephew's gift to my brother. So my nephew asked me, what do I buy for my brother? And without giving it away, I'm like, here, get this for Eddie. He would really like it. So he bought it, sent me the copy of Amazon. I got it. Perfect. I went out and bought the same gift. Now, what we plan on doing is telling Eddie, hey, I'm going to save yours for last. And then when he just about to open it, I'm going to walk over like, hey, Ed, here, let me give you mine first. So when he opens the gift, it's the same gift that my nephew's going to give him, but open in front of him first.
So you guys are just going to fucking ruin his whole shit. You're going to cause him levels of anxiety. And,
That is so fun. Those things to me.
Now, we've done silly things like this.
Great distress and dismay.
with him before. There was a pair of like XXXL Superman undies that passed back and forth for a couple of years because somebody got them for one person and we just kept passing them around. We've done things. So he won't be, he'll be surprised But it's not the first time we've...
It's not the first time we've
He's going into it with at least like some knowledge.
Some inclination that some shit could go down, possibly.
This might be fucked up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Have you ever given a gag gift to somebody?
I've given all kinds of fucked up gifts. I think it's hilarious. Like,
what would be the a good example then?
Edible pants, fucking sex toys. Like, it's funny. It's just funny.
This is for your boss or your priest?
Well, my boss was my priest. No, it's,
No, we don't know.
I don't have any qualms about like giving a really fucked up gift in a social setting. and I'll open it like when you open it, I'll be making eye contact with you and smiling. Show it to everybody.
I think that's fucking hilarious.
Well, it is because it makes people feel weird. But,
it does, and that.
But the feeling you're gonna give to your nephew is like terror. Like, oh no, like my gift is shit. I have to get it out of here. Like,
I've done those in the past where like I'll have like an extra like gift or two just kind of hiding in a room, right? Where it's like, okay, I don't know how much they're gonna spend on me, so it's like I'll give them a general gift, and then I'm like, I gauge that was a really expensive gift. Hey, I forgot your other one in the room, and I'll go get it. Or I'm watching and they're giving everyone really shitty gifts, and I'm like, time for a swap.
That's nice.
I'm very methodical when it comes to my Christmas gifts.
You have to, yeah.
It's years of experience, and also like we have such a large family, so like sometimes Christmas is like my wife, my daughter, my sister, my brother, my mother, my father, my aunt, my sister, her 2 kids, her husband. Like it at a certain point, you have to find like where's the cutoff. Number one, and that's where like eventually we're like, yo, fuck you guys, we're just getting for the kids. Like you guys are having too many fucking kids. Too many of you motherfuckers. Y'all are adults, so like I'll make breakfast for you, and you guys get the kids something nice, But we've always had such like a large family in tow that it's like you kind of have to play.
Once you start having to buy for like games. 20 people, even a little bit adds up quick.
Yeah, it really does. I'll start like gift buying like mid-year and putting them away in my closet so that by Christmas time I'm like, all right, I got everybody a little something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Something.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah. How about you? How was Christmas in your household growing up?
Well, Dad wasn't there, but kind of like this year.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that brought down the tone of the holiday festivities.
Well, good. It's winter season,
It is the season.
Christmas in Florida, you know what I mean?
To be Grinchmas. So you're like a Festivus guy, right? For the rest of us,
I'm more of a Krampus guy.
Krampus guy.
Krampus is more my style. Murdering children that were naughty all year. That's more right up my alley.
Oh man, that's fucking great. No, ours was.
Did any of you guys see? I mean, this is by the time this comes out, everyone will know. But did you guys did you hear anything about the fights last night?
No, I haven't seen anything.
Fought, did he not?
Patty fought Tony Ferguson, who's like 110 years old.
How'd it go?
Same way it always goes. Tony Ferguson looks like shit and got his ass kicked. So that's just the way it is.
Is that like his 6th loss in a row or something?
7th.
Yeah, he needs to retire.
7th loss in a row, and he's like the build up to it. Like he had like David Goggins train him and shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
They made this big deal. Like, oh, he went through Hell Week, and it's like, so what? So
he's
got cardio.
Fighter.
He's still got CTE. He can't fight anymore. Like it's not gonna help you.
It's time to open a gym and retire.
Was it that bad?
He looks terrible.
Yeah.
Like if you compare him to would he still kick my ass? Yeah, but would you compare him? You compare him to the old Tony Ferguson? It's night and day.
So you really think that there's probably some brain damage?
I think he's brain damage. I think he's punch drunk. I think it's at this point, it's just like it's kind of like watching your uncle get fucked up over and over again. You're like, just stop.
Yeah,
just fucking stop.
Yeah, you want to see them retire before they get to the point where you're like, ooh, in 10 years we're gonna have a problem.
Oh, in 10 years he's gonna be he's already bad.
He's gonna be
you listen to him at the press conference, it's bad. He struggles to formulate sentences and shit.
Yeah, you don't like to see that.
No. Do they have programs for fighters like that? Like,
they should, but as far as I know, there's not much help.
There's some research going on with it, and they're using fighters, football. They're using extreme sports, all those athletes that they're physically beating up their body. They're
What
getting
about veterans? Are we doing anything
concussions all the time.
They should.
They have used some veterans in it as well, and they're finding certain substances that have hallucinogenic properties and things like that help kind of re-spark some of the synapses and the neurons, and it can promote new growth in areas of the brain where we hadn't seen things like that before. So they're finding some of these protocols are helping people get back to where they were, but there's no long-term study with it yet of like, does that protocol that gets them healthier faster also mean later on in their life they won't have the issues that others before them had? It's hard to say. The brain doesn't heal the rest of the body does.
I would say for me though, like if I had to choose, right? And I was a fighter, and I got into this crazy career, and I suffered from some brain damage seriously. And then they were like, hey, we have these drugs, and we can give you back some of your wherewithal for the next 10 years. But then after that, like when you're later in life, it's going to be back to where you were. I would take it. I would take that short term, like, hey, I can get a couple of more good years while I'm young and viable.
Yeah.
And then on the back end, it's going to suck anyway, so at least I won't remember it. You know what I mean? But and I think like a lot of people would probably take that same bet. Like if you were like, hey, man, I can give you at least another 10 years. Most people would probably be like, fuck it, let's.
They've proposed
a
similar train of thought like that with Olympians. Would you take drugs that is guaranteed to shorten your life to get the gold? And almost across the board,
It'd
they're
probably
like,
yes.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking the 10 years it's taking the bad years.
So
it's taking the 80.
Taking that back end.
Yeah.
So
shit in your pants.
a lot of
erectile dysfunction.
a lot of them are more than willing to trade off those years. So
I am right now. Fuck yeah. 10 years for $1 million, done right now.
For a lot of people,
where you at? Where's that contract at?
For a lot of people, it's legacy, right? It's like it's what I'm leaving behind when it comes to athletes. I think is that legacy to them is probably more important than like how I'm going out. Yeah. Because when you really think about like
life would probably be really
sports,
scary though if you knew the end. Like, if you had an end date.
Yeah.
That'd be terrifying. You're like, fuck, I die tomorrow.
I think it's about the way the way you approach it. You could look at it as, I have from now till then to really squeeze some shit in.
Yeah.
Or I have from now to then just be in fear.
I would just go on a real life GTA rampage. I'm like, I die tomorrow anyway, bitch.
There was this show that
it's out here in Florida. The next one, they're bringing it back.
I'd be burning shit down, man.
There was this show that we watched. It was a sci-fi show, and I believe I could be wrong. It was Sliders.
Yeah.
Where you would slide into alternate versions of Earth. Right?
Yeah, I remember that.
And there was an episode actually where it was, I think, the lottery. It was either Sliders or Stargate, one of these shows, some sci-fi. And the whole premise was everyone wins the lottery.
Right.
And everyone gets to spend like a week or a month fucking rich. All the money, all the cars, all the accoutrements, everything that comes along with it. But at the end of that month, you were put to death.
Yeah. They did it on Sliders. They did it on another show as well. So
fuck that.
The thing was this: they had found.
I want this quick, boy.
They had found they balanced out their planet by keeping the population at a certain point. To maintain that, the way their lottery system worked is, if you won, you were essentially given unlimited money for a week. And then a healthy chunk of money went to your family afterwards, but at the end of that week, you died. So you lived like a king for a week. You and your family got some money compensated at the end, but then you died. And they did that to keep the balance of the population, and it allowed almost everyone to live at a higher living standard.
Yeah, everyone got to be dope for a week, and then boom, you're gone. And you didn't have to become a super senior citizen. It was just like, hey, once you reach a certain age, boom, you hit the lottery, or you're put into the lottery, win the lottery, you get this great thing, and then they give you a send-off. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I hate that idea. I don't think it's a terrible way to be like, hey, you don't have to meet some crazy horrific end in a hospital if you don't want to. Well, in this case, it's not a want, but it became a societal norm. So I was like, it's an interesting concept. Keep population down, keep people happy, and like, would it work? I don't know. but it's a pretty cool idea to really consider.
I ain't taking a month though. Fuck that.
I'm taking a month.
But it's a sci-fi trope they've done before. They've done it similarly on Star Trek. They had a culture where once people hit retirement age, they would be killed. So they had.
I like that.
They
I like that. You don't have to plan for your future. None of that.
Well, here was the thing. Their planet was dying. Their
Right.
sun was failing. The lead researcher, within the next couple of days, was going to retire. And he was so far ahead of everyone else, the next person behind was like 30 years behind. So it's like, do we not follow our cultural norms in the 5 days that we know he can't finish his project, and he'll pass it on to the next person, but this person is 30 years behind him. It'll take 30 years to play catch up to where this guy is today, or do we let this guy live and save the fucking planet?
Yeah. Well, there's always the exception to every rule. That's really what it comes down to. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, and I'm sure, like,
You could probably make an exception in his case, but keep it like a government secret.
yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that would be like UFOs landing.
Right.
You know
They
what
keep
I mean?
him in a bunker and he keep researching.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's But yeah, the fights last night were like they were fucking bonkers. I mean, Donald Trump was there for Colby
Again.
Covington.
Did it blow off the roof when he walked in?
Oh, it was mixed. It was mixed.
Mixed,
There's
yeah.
a lot of because Colby is like he came to the
Yeah,
press
yeah,
dressed
yeah,
as
yeah,
George
yeah.
Washington. He had the Make America Great hat on. It was just nuts. Like Wonder Boy went out for his fight and he got walked out by Jack Black and Kyle Gass from Tenacious D, and it was just
Was it Peaches? Did
no,
they sing Peaches?
No,
Peaches, peaches, peaches.
No, it was he walked out to Wonder Boy from Tenacious D, and it was
Sick.
So it was a crazy night. Sean Strickland and Dricus Duplessis got in a fight in the crowd because they're going to be fighting for the middleweight title next year.
Did Maximus Aurelius
No, it was
jump in there too? Because those are some names, bro.
It was, well,
those are some names.
Dricus Duplessis is from South America or South Africa. He's a real big white dude. I know.
Yeah,
South Africa,
that's a
big white
mouthful,
dude.
huh?
Yeah, a lot of white people down
Yeah,
there.
a lot of white people
Yeah,
down
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And Sean Strickland is his crazy self, and he I guess when they were on the Titan, the big
Titantron.
thing, and they had them fucking sitting like they had Sean Strickland in the front, and they had like Dricus 2 rows back. They're right behind him. So when they're on the Titantron, like Sean Strickland's like turning around and like acting like he's gonna shoot him, and Dricus at first goes like he dodges, and then all of a sudden he starts going like this, like behind him. Well, the feed cut. They didn't show you. You had to see on like cell phone videos and online what happened, and of course you can. It's easy to find out.
Sure.
But like, I guess when he went like this, like Sean turned around and they start mouthing off, like they start saying shit to each other. Well, Sean Strickland is
a lunatic.
He's that guy.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
There's nothing fake about him, and Gilbert Burns and his family are directly in between them. He literally looks at Bruna, Gilbert's wife, and goes, "Excuse me, can you move to the side?" And so Bruna moves with her kid, and Sean attacks him. Literally jumps over and starts like Dricus goes for a takedown, and Sean is literally beating him in the back of the head, bare knuckle. I mean, just they're fighting. They had to get broken up by.
So
At least he asked her to move politely.
He's like, "Excuse me, can you move?" And as soon as she
Pardon
moved,
me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
Pardon, I need to assault the gentleman in front of you.
it was the most gentleman shit ever. It was the most gentlemanly assault ever. He's like,
great.
"Excuse me, ma'am, would you mind moving to the left?" And she's like, she moved, and as she moves, he fucking dives
Flies
at him,
over.
and it's a fight.
Now
It's a damn
here's
fight. Like, it was
here's
like,
the question. Now, because there's two things out of this. We know you need spectacle to sell the fight right now.
right.
Number two, Dana's not a dummy. He knows better than to put them together that close with an upcoming fight.
Well, it backfired, and
So,
yeah.
Or
did it?
Or did it?
Did it, or was it on purpose?
It was
It might have been on purpose, but they ended up ejecting Sean Strickland.
Yeah, because rumor has it, every time Conor was going to fight, Dana would drop off like a pallet with bricks in front of his house. He's like, I don't know how these got here. I don't know how these
that's
got
how
here.
the bricks got to the protests.
Right,
They stole it from Connor's house. What the fuck?
Leftovers.
He
We got
stole
some
their
leftovers.
move. He saw what they were doing. Oh, Asian protect. Bring these over here.
Whenever there's a riot, you always have to fly in some bricks. You have
Yes,
to.
that's right. And a Conor McGregor.
How can you have a riot with no free? There's no way. That's not,
I think it's
a
amazing.
barbecue without the sauce. It just
Yes,
doesn't work.
exactly.
It just
Exactly.
doesn't work. So it was madness last night. It was madness.
Who else
Colby,
fought?
Colby Covington fought Leon Edwards, and he lost again. Thank God.
Colby
because,
lost, huh?
Yeah, thank God, because I'm sick of Colby.
Does Leon just have his number, or does Kobe need to
Well,
consider?
they never fought before. This is the first time they fought. They both fought Kamaru Usman. Colby came up short twice, and Leon lost the first time, but in the next 2 fights,
So how many fights?
he beat Kamaru. Leon's fought Kamaru Usman 3 times.
So how many fights for Colby now is it that he's lost?
He's fought for the actual belt 3 times now, and he's come up empty-handed 3 times. But Colby, to me, has always been, he's cringy.
Yeah.
He's cringy. He says shit to piss you off.
Yeah.
But he's never, like, said something up until this fight that I was like, okay, fuck that dude.
Yeah.
Leon Edwards is Jamaican. He came from Jamaica. He was born in, like, a fucking hut. Like, he went from Jamaica to England, poor as shit.
Jabba's hut?
Was raised in, no, not Jabba's hut. That's a different hut.
That's a different hut.
Yeah, but like Leon Edwards moved to England as a young Jamaican guy, raised by a single mom because his dad was involved in gang life in England, in Liverpool, or it was Liverpool or Birmingham, and he got murdered.
Damn.
Colby
No.
at the press conference. Colby at the press conference literally said, "I'm gonna take you to places you've never been before." This is the exact quote. He said, "I'm gonna take you to the 7th circle of hell." He's like, "We could say what up to your dad when we're there." His dad was murdered, bro. Murdered when he was 13. It fucked him up real bad. Dude, Leon threw a water bottle at him, went at him. They had to be separated. Leon even admitted after the fight. He said, "I went backstage and I fucking cried." He's like, that fucked me up.
Yeah.
He's like, he brought my dad into this.
Of course.
So after that, it's like trash talk is trash talk.
Yes.
You want to get your guys upset. That's a tactic.
Yes.
But I believe kinda there's limits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When a dude's dad is murdered,
Yeah,
I don't care what the guy's dad
it's
did.
one
His
thing-
dad could have been a piece of shit criminal.
Yeah.
That's his fucking dad.
It's always
Yeah.
one thing
Like-
to critique the person you're going against.
Say whatever you want about him.
But
yeah, you're right.
everybody else, to me, is off limits. But even that, I'm not a fan of like the unnecessary try to hype up with trash talk, bullshit, fighting, and all that
Yeah.
other nonsense.
Yeah, there's
It's-
levels to
I
it.
find
yeah.
it uninteresting.
Yeah.
Especially with everybody doing it now. But
Well, Colby, you could tell even when Colby said it that
Yeah.
he was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like he was like, should I say this? Like the way it came out,
yeah.
he didn't plan it the way, like, I mean, and to me as a fan, I was a Colby fan.
Yeah.
I kind of like thought, it's funny the way he acts like a clown. And
Yeah,
people
yeah,
off.
yeah.
After that, I kind of hope he gets MRSA on his face. Like,
Yeah.
personally, fuck Colby. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
It's like we get the gimmick, so it's one thing to like, we know he's doing it for the attention for the fight.
But there are
Yeah.
lines.
But
Yeah, I now understand. Like before, when Jorge Masvidal sucker punched him and shit, I was like,
That's
fuck.
like the whole thing with
I was
Jake
on Colby's
Paul
side. I was on
and-
Colby's side.
Yeah.
Now I hope he gets sucker punched again.
Yeah.
I hope Colby gets sucker punched every weekend from now until the day he's done of retirement age.
It's
That's
like the
good.
whole thing
Yeah.
that was
He
going on
deserves it.
with
Yeah, he deserves it.
with Jake Paul and what's his name leading up into the fight and all that other shit. Was
Dylan
like,
Dennis?
was like,
Was
I
it
don't,
Dylan Dennis?
I don't.
Was it Logan Paul?
Was,
What
Who was the fight? Who'd they fight?
it was I forget, but he kept like bringing in like shit about his fiance and all this.
Oh, that
other-
was Dylan and Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That trash talk got bad.
and it made
It
me
was, yeah.
uninterested in the fight because again, it's one thing to critique the person you're going against, but it's like you're bringing in her and
Yeah.
then him and then this person and that person, and you're saying nothing about the actual fight coming up.
No, it's just meant to create
But
buzz.
there is place for it in the fight world. There
Right.
has always been place for it. So even though it's not your cup
Yeah.
of tea, and I agree, I'm in the middle more with Ian. Like
I think
some
it's-
good,
it's-
funny
it's
trash
funny
talking.
to
I'm
certain
all in.
extents.
But when it gets personal, I don't like it. But it's something that's just always been.
Yeah.
Even look at just recently, I listened to a Joe Rogan podcast where they were discussing when Mike Tyson. Somebody said like, put him in a straitjacket.
Well, that
Mike
was a
Tyson's like,
reporter.
yeah.
That was a reporter
But still-
that would go after
What
Mike.
Mike Tyson said
Mike
afterwards
went at him, you know.
was hilarious.
I'll fuck you
Yeah.
till you love me, faggot. I mean, that was to this day.
Fucking great.
Holy shit! Like that
Hilarious.
was like,
But even
'cause
then,
you know that
even
reporter
then,
went
here's the thing: he's talking. He's talking to the reporter.
Directly to
He's
him,
not.
yeah.
He's not talking to the reporter about the reporter's wife and daughter and sister
or-
and mother.
yeah.
He's saying to you, no,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want to run
Yeah.
your mouth? I'm coming for
Yes.
you.
yeah.
And
It's
he's-
different when you
yeah.
start bringing in innocent
Well,
people
it's
that are
Sean
not
Strickland-
involved to the whole situation. You're
You
like,
guys-
you're just
And
being
I
a
don't-
dick.
I don't
You
disagree.
guys,
I
you
don't
guys should
disagree.
watch what Sean Strickland said when he was asked about it. Because at the press conference, there was a different press conference for later for the next UFC, and Sean was at it.
Yeah.
It took place after the one that happened earlier with Colby said this shit. And they asked Sean about it, and Sean was like, "Colby is one of the most worthless pieces of shit on the planet." He said, "He's like, Leon's mom, single mom, raised him to be a man that grew up to be a fucking champion.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, and this guy is going to say something about his father who was murdered when he was 13. He's like, Colby's a fucking cunt. He's like, and if he was here right now, I would say the exact same thing to him.
Yeah.
And you know what he would do? He would call the fucking police because he's the definition of a bitch. And I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
Like, Sean Strickland just went off on him.
Yeah,
And Sean Strickland's the king of saying
shit.
whatever the fuck he
Yeah,
wants.
yeah.
I mean, he was at a press conference with Sean O'Malley with purple fucking hair, looks like a clown.
Yeah.
And he's 135 pounds. Sean Strickland's 185. He started going off on Sean O'Malley because he's like, and this guy down here, because there's allegations of Sean O'Malley having a strange relationship with his former wife,
Right.
and like Sean Strickland just like, he
yeah,
pointed
yeah.
at him and he was like, this guy down here, he's letting people fuck his wife. I'm like, no.
Is that the guy that came out? Because there was the one fighter who came out. It was like, he lets other people.
Sean O'Malley, but no, Ian Gary is another guy.
That's the new.
Well, Ian
is that
Gary,
the guy?
Ian
the new
Gary's
cuck.
girlfriend.
He's the new cuck.
It's the weirdest fuck, dude. Ian Gary's. This is the situation. Ian Gary's girlfriend is still married to
Her ex-husband.
Ian Gary's nutritionist. No, it's not ex. She's still married.
Yeah,
it's her
yeah,
husband who's Ian's nutritionist.
Yeah, that guy. That whole
and they
thing.
fucking live together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a beautiful
And it's
thing.
not good. He pulled out of the
America.
fight. He pulled out of the fight for health reasons. No, he pulled out of the fight because Colby Covington and Sean Strickland were at that press conference, and he would have took an L immediately. He'd have lost twice. He'd have lost on the press conference, and then he would have got knocked out by Vicente Lugo.
But that one is like
And it's not
they
good.
literally sit
And he would have
down
came home
and
to
they
a sock
put
on his door.
they put all that shit out there publicly. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh man! And,
Yep.
do you remember Krispy Kreme, that white rapper dude on YouTube that made goofy fucking songs?
Sounds familiar.
His real name's Tyler Cassidy. He sings that song, "Your boyfriend's a bitch."
Yes.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made a fucking song about Ian Gary, and
that's
Sean
good.
Strickland got wind of it, shared it everywhere.
Oh, my God.
It is the best. I'll play it for you guys after the podcast. It's the best MMA diss of all time.
That's fucking great.
It's oh my God. I'll play it for you
so
guys
good.
after the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so the UFC was it was fucking wild, and I
delivered.
personally am glad Colby didn't win because we can't have a world with Sean Strickland and Colby as champion. We can't. That's way too much fucking trailer trash.
It would implode.
On the,
It would implode. Yeah.
And like Sean's immune. Like even when like no matter what you say to him, like, because he admits I was a white trash piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like my father molested me and beat me up. Like I used to be a white supremacist. He admits it. He's like, I'm recovered. He's like, I'm a
So
porn.
he's taking the 8 Mile route. He's putting it all out there so you can't get
beat
him.
Because Sean O'Malley tried to come back after he said that about him. He said this guy lets people fuck his wife. He fucking goes at Sean. He goes, well, at least my dad didn't fuck me. He goes, so what? I'm still a champ. He doesn't give a shit. He fucking doesn't care. He's like, what happened? He looks at Dana and he goes, what happened to the world, Dana? He's like, what happened to men? How can you have this guy up here? I was like, dude, it's a circus, but I love Sean Strickland.
Yeah,
I love him, and as long as he fights, I will root for him. That being said, I think Dricus Duplessis eats his lunch. I think he loses that fight. But I'm going to root for Sean.
He better with a name like that.
I mean, anybody,
He's a monster.
the
He's a
leader
fucking
of
monster.
the Northern Armies, better
Dude,
fucking win.
he is this giant white dude from fucking South Africa, and like when he fought Rob Whittaker, I was like, dude, Rob Whittaker fought Israel Adesanya 3 times, he got knocked out once. He went the distance. He's like the number 2 guy in the middleweight division. I was like, this is a big step up.
he
for
needs
Dricus.
to walk in dressed as a Roman general.
Fuck yeah.
Dricus Duplessis
Yeah.
took Rob Whittaker out in 1 round.
Yeah.
I was like, never mind, this dude belongs here. Holy shit.
He needs
like,
Russell Crowe in his corner.
He's got a name. He's got a hell of a name.
does.
He's got a great accent. I mean, it's going to be a good fight. Okay. And after that, you might be right. They might have been put there just so.
Yeah.
At least Sean had the wherewithal to say, can you please move you and your child so I can assault this man? Like,
That's a gentleman
it was
right
just
there. That's a gentleman right there.
Yeah, Jorge Masvidal wouldn't have asked.
No. He would have ran. He would have
He
ran
just
around.
stepped on the child.
He would have
leverage.
picked up the kid and threw it
Threw him at him, yeah.
yeah.
It was just madness. It was absolutely. And then after the fight, Colby's face is all fucked up, and he says he endorses Trump the whole time. He says like, "Oh, Trump 2024," and like, even Trump's in the crowd like, "Ooh, don't talk about me."
Yeah,
loser.
not right now. Not
Don't
right
talk
now,
about
buddy.
me,
Never know.
loser. But he goes off and says this was the easiest fight of my life. I thought I won. He said it was the easiest fight of his life. He left the stadium with ice packs on his knee. It's like, bro, you're such a piece of shit liar. Like, I think after this night, I think I'm done with Colby.
Well,
I think it's too much.
I think Colby's done with Colby.
His cringe is too much.
I was listening
bro.
to I forget what guy, one of the MMA guys recently. They were doing interviewing. They were saying like most of the time at this point, because how vicious the legs kicks have gotten and the realization of like the calf kicks and the inside kick, like most of the time the people are being wheelchaired out.
Oh yeah.
Because their legs are so fucking done after almost every fight.
Yeah.
That it's like they can't walk. Like they walk out of the ring. Once they sit down and relax, and that swelling sits in, and everything starts locking up, they're getting wheeled out now.
The worst example of that I remember was Uriah Faber against Jose Aldo in the WEC. I've never seen somebody get their
Jose
legs.
used to throw them kicks.
He kicked the shit out of Uriah's legs so bad that Uriah was on fucking crutches for weeks. I mean, he kicked the living shit out of Uriah.
Those leg kicks, those calf kicks are so vicious. People realize, that is a small muscle that it was never intended to get hit that way.
I know, and
that chunk of the leg is not built for it.
Yeah, for sure.
This was before the calf kicks too. This is just thighs. I mean, look at that.
Jesus. Looks like he was in a car accident.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Fuck.
But most people don't know, and I'm sure you know this, Ian.
Yeah.
Especially for the calf kicks, you can get a level of swelling where they have to operate to bring down the swelling so your muscles don't start dying.
Compartment syndrome.
Yeah.
The swelling gets so bad that like the tissue actually dies.
Yeah, it cuts off the blood flow and the oxygen to the muscle.
Yeah, I've never seen a leg like that.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
His leg, for context, his leg looks like a cinnamon roll that's been burnt.
Yeah.
Right? Burnt cinnamon roll.
I think he might have had compartment syndrome. Look, he had an incision
It definitely looks like
He had an incision done.
Oh, yeah.
It was the worst leg kicks I've ever seen. I mean, I've never seen somebody take kicks like that.
I would question, should they start leaning into being one round to minimize how long the fight goes on? Because stopping
just one long round.
One round, like what they were originally trying to do. Because how many fights do you see where someone's on the ground, someone's on top, it stops, it restarts, and now the other guy defends against it, and then the advantage someone fought 5 minutes for is gone.
Faber took, and they just said Faber took 31 power kicks to the legs in that fight. 31 from Jose Aldo. I mean, it was. I remember just watching it, and like he would get hit, and he would spin the whole way around and land on the ground, and like Jose wouldn't follow him. He was like, "No, get up."
I got more.
And then like Uriah can't. I'm like, dude, he fucking can't stand. Like, stop it. And then like he would move a little bit on horrible legs, and you get kicked again, and immediately drop. It was bad. It was the worst.
You just military crawl and just hope to.
To be fair, I think he lost the decision. I think he went the distance. I think he just got literally pummeled for 5 rounds.
Yeah, and do you think that was just Jose's like way of like? Was there some trash talking leading up to it? Was there?
No,
like,
I think Jose just knew he had him. He's like, I have this guy dead to rights. He can't do anything against
He's
me.
like, if I make him stand, it's done.
Yeah, I can kick his legs. He can't wrestle me. This is easy.
Damn.
So I think he just played easy till he got the win.
I will tell you this: outside of fighting, a couple of good trailers actually. Starting to see a resurgence of some interesting things.
Dune
and Dune, but out
Dune
of those,
looks excellent.
Ted stood out to me to be some of the funniest shit I've seen in a trailer in a very long.
It's on Peacock,
time.
and it said TVMA.
Oh yeah, the language.
So So Peacock is gonna now start having TV shows because it's a series.
Going the way of Disney Plus.
That are adult, which it's taken forever for TV to start giving just purely adult shows.
And listen, right now we're in the age of streaming, so that whole old model of it has to be PG-13 on TV is dead.
Amazon Prime, Gen V.
Yeah,
I mean, they're just showing full-on cock now.
Oh,
I mean, there ain't no filter. I mean, the one spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Gen V,
Where's the stunt cock?
There's an episode of Gen V.
All right.
There's an episode.
I'm coming. All right. All right. Same rate.
Same rate. There's an episode of Gen V where a girl changes size. All right, and she's literally like sliding up and down this dude's fucking dick. I was like, dude, I can't. I'm watching this at my house, going, I can't right now. Like, it's like they took everything from The Boys that was like offensive and like from that one season, and they were like, let's make a whole fucking season about this. It's like, come on, guys.
So
well, I mean, the Boys comic, it was completed as well as Invincible. So there is a finite number of known good stories before they run out, in which case they'll actually have to wrap it up based on what they have for the material or try to extend it. You know what? I think that Gen 5 is their way of like, we know we're going to hit the wall with this. So we need to branch off already with our own stuff, and hopefully this can keep going because this is going to end
I'm
anyway.
okay with a finite amount of episodes to a particular project.
Yeah, the story is done. It's told well. Just
and you
wrap
move on,
it up.
and you don't lose any. There's no love lost. Like I feel like going back into House of Dragons, I liked the story. I liked the actors, but I didn't love the show.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones, I loved the show from beginning to end. With the exception of the last episode, I will stand by that. Well, no, not even the exception of the last episode. The decision of who was king at the end was the only thing that left me salty.
We know Nelson hates the handicap. We got it.
Speaking of, Echo looks really good. It's got a lot of shit. Handicap superhero, which is why I did the whole lead in there. It's going to be rated MA.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're leaning into, they were like, okay, well, we were going to make this a kid-friendly show.
I may dabble in Disney Plus for that. Yeah. I may dabble.
I think
Daredevil is going to to be on the same vein.
Yeah.
They're saying they went back into Daredevil with the Kingpin storyline. It's going to be TVMA. They're going hard. They're going dark.
Yeah.
It's going to be the darkest show that they put out.
I think they took
a lot of black people,
which is what they should have done. The Netflix,
I'm out.
The Netflix Marvel stuff was excellent.
Right.
So it makes sense that let's take this, let's try to keep this tone.
Yep.
Let's keep it adult. Let's aim for the audience that's fucking watching our stuff.
Yes.
Let's stop trying to sell it to people who are not showing up. Let's aim to the audience that's actually showing up.
Yep.
Let's give them what they want, and let's bring them back in.
Yeah.
Speaking of sticking with your audience, the Fallout trailer looks really
Whoa, that looks excellent.
It looks good.
That looks excellent.
It looks like someone played the games and said, I'm going to make a show that's these games in a show.
It looks good, but I've never been a Fallout guy.
I mean, short of them, like
I'm not in, but it does look good. It looks like the game.
Your daughter showed me a musical that's coming out in January. It's a series that's on that's going to be on Amazon
I had to sit
Prime.
through that trailer, and I'm watching
it. takes place in hell. It looks good.
It looked good until she started singing, and then I was like, I'm out. She's like, I'm like, did you know this was a musical? No, I had no idea.
It's gonna be so good.
And they have proper singers in there. I was wondering.
It's a Broadway musical about hell.
It sounds.
Bro, it's adult. It's adult.
It sounded almost like Little Mermaid-esque with the singer,
the girl that sings in has a great voice.
or even Frozen.
Yeah.
Very so proper singers.
Fuck it.
I'm not a big musical fan. I would say there's 0 musicals that I care to rewatch that I've ever seen.
Thank you.
I'll be tuning in for this whole series.
Yeah, but the coming attractions.
Your tights, you little nutcracker.
I'll be wearing my hell tights.
The coming attractions were good enough to at least watch the first episode and see what they give.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I won't. Fuck that show. That's another one I say fuck it.
You still have to see the Joker live.
I'm not. I
do,
promised
man.
you I would watch it, but what was the condition?
I don't know.
You haven't met the condition yet.
What was the condition?
Firefly.
You were going to watch Firefly.
The whole season?
The whole season.
That's bullshit.
The whole season.
I'm asking you for a 2-hour movie.
All right, but here's
You're
the
asking
thing.
me to
Here's the thing. I think you're gonna like Firefly. I'm gonna hate this movie.
I would say
with that attitude,
but by 2 hours in, you'll know if you'll like Firefly or not.
And not only that, you will be like, you know what? You were right. And your brother's already watched it and said it's a fucking good show.
My brother's like borderline gay.
We still love him. We still love him. And what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? I just want to throw it out there. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Some days. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just some days.
Some days he's a little.
Sorry, shit. So he likes Firefly. My brother likes a lot of things that I don't like. Sometimes.
I think Fallout is the most interesting that I've seen of the trailers. It really takes a lot from 3 and 4, which is where Bethesda picked up the game and really took it over. And they show you a lot of the stuff that I think people were skeptical about, like the large ship for the Brotherhood, the power armor, a little peek inside the vault.
That bear that's in,
some of the mutated animals that are running around, like the little toad amphibian guy. They added an additional creepiness. The inside of his mouth is lined with fingers that are trying to pull you in instead of teeth. That was thoroughly unsettling to see.
Very unsettling. You don't want to get eaten by that thing because you're going to get fingered. on the way down from all sides.
Some people might call that a good time, but all right.
I mean, whatever.
If
Then,
they
you know,
can get,
hopefully we can create that frog.
if they get the proper licensing for the music to go along with that tone, because the music really sets the mood.
It's like
Yeah.
60s
for
radio.
the game.
Yeah, but none of those people
Yeah.
are alive, so it should be easy to get that music.
Well, you'd be surprised.
AI generated.
They're not
Their
alive.
estates get held on.
But it's a
Yeah.
lot of the time it's not the estate, because like a lot of the music stuff, it's somebody else owned the rights and they still have it, and you got to deal with whoever the fuck that is
Right.
to be able to do it. Now, for some of them, it is an estate thing. Some of it it's open at this point because no one had it. Estate died off, etc., etc. Same thing with like books after X amount of years.
Sure.
You know, they become public domain and things like that. But it'll be interesting to see. They really hit the tone pretty accurately with what it looks like.
Okay. I mean, the other show that I think looks really good coming to Amazon Prime is the Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Donald Glover.
It looks like it could be good.
And the other lady
had promise.
is the voice of Blue Samurai.
Okay.
So that actress is the voice of the Blue Samurai. So if you like the Blue Samurai
Blue Eye
series,
Samurai.
Yeah.
the Blue Eye Samurai series, there's a vetted interest in that. I personally like Donald Glover as a musician, actor. I think he's hilarious.
As an artist in general, everything he does is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
and-
usually pretty good. I haven't seen something where he was in it where I was like, I hated it.
Yeah. So it looks like it could be a very good show from the trailer. So
It looks like massive budget. They're on location all over the fucking
Yeah.
place.
It's like they got the license to shoot everywhere.
They just
Yeah.
they took a tour of Europe. It looks like.
I mean, after Atlanta and the success of that show, people are willing to put money into him.
Well, I wonder how much does he influence it versus Atlanta, where he had a pretty good chunk of say so. I want to say
He seems like one of those hands-on guys, kind of like when it's not Dave Filoni, the other gentleman, when he was in Iron Man. Like he's acting in it, he's producing, he's writing. Like he's just one of those guys who likes to be involved, completely immersed in the world that he's in the projects. So I'm with it. If it's to the vein of Atlanta, where he's got his hands in it and he's acting and doing things,
I still want to see
think
him
it'll
do
succeed.
some more Lando bridging off of what they did with Solo. A lot of people were upset with the Solo movie. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I liked
I wasn't
it. I really
angry
liked
at it. I thought, for all things considered, it was pretty well for me. I enjoyed his Lando. I wanted to see more. He played it a little odd, but Lando had such short parts in the originals anyway that he really could have taken it almost in any direction for the most part.
I didn't hate it or love it. I was just like,
it was just a good movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't
as
great.
opposed to Andor, which I
Andor
did not like.
But that's one of those the Solo movie where it was supposed to be a comedy originally, and they had got good comedy writers and directors to be dealing with it, and then most of the way through they scrapped it and got whole new people to remake it as it was already mostly made.
I blame
and
Marvel.
then you get this weird amalgamation of like,
Blame Marvel.
I do.
what's happening here?
Why do you blame Marvel?
I blame Marvel because after Marvel, everything had to be funny. Everything. It's like their movies had like the action in it, but they would always make you laugh at a certain point, and the comedy was well done.
Clearly, you did not see Wakanda Forever.
That's
That movie made you cry.
not really.
That movie made you cry.
No, it didn't.
It made you cry.
No, it didn't.
You cried a lot.
No, I didn't.
Have
cried a little.
I given enough?
Not
Haven't
Wakanda
I
Forever.
given
One
enough
tear, one
scene
tear,
with
one tear.
Angela Bassett?
One tear.
Come on.
That was epic.
She was robbed of the Oscar. I agree. It definitely shouldn't have gone to Jamie Lee Curtis. I agree. It should have gone to Angela Bassett.
Yes.
But it didn't make me cry. No.
But it was a serious tone.
A better.
A serious tone.
The Flash actually had more emotional scenes than fucking Wakanda
Oh,
Forever.
and I have a bone to pick with you, sir.
What?
Godzilla, the best movie of 2023.
-1, yes.
-1.
Yeah.
Better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 came out this year.
Yeah.
Did it come out this year?
It came out this year.
Was it
I
this
looked
year?
up
Oh.
what movies
on.
came out.
Pause. Because I may. Let me see here.
You may have to
Let me see
retract
here.
that statement.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. We will wait.
When did it release? All right, so it came out May 5th, 2023.
Well. What a tangle web we weave when first we practice.
I don't know, man.
To deceive.
I don't know.
So right now on the spot, Guardians of the Galaxy 3
I'm gonna say I still think Godzilla -1 was better, and this is why. This is why. Going into Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I knew it was gonna be good,
but it delivered.
It had the comedy. It was better than the second one. It had. I never thought that a fucking CGI raccoon was gonna make me cry.
Okay,
Didn't think that. It had the James Gunn soundtrack.
Yes.
So you knew it was gonna have
great villain. Great villain.
Better than expected.
Okay.
Better than expected. I mean, he wasn't the best Marvel villain, but he blew me out of the water because I was like, holy shit, where did this guy come from?
Okay.
I didn't expect him to be a
the high evolutionary.
High evolutionary. Yep.
The gunfights in the hallway and shit. It was the best Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Godzilla -1, I went into it thinking it's going to be a shitty giant monster movie.
Okay.
So how many Puff Daddy soundtrack Godzilla movies brought your expectations down when going into this Godzilla, which made it feel so much better when it was good?
I thought I was being lied to.
Okay.
When I saw the 99% on Rotten Tomatoes and they said, oh, it's got a $15 million budget, which later we found out is a lie. It was less. The director said, I wish we had $15 million.
Was 15 including the selling it to the audience
marketing
and advertisements, blah, blah, blah?
So it was really cheaply made.
Because normally,
you're right.
Normally, they double the budget just for advertising. So if they're saying it was 15 and that includes advertisement, they probably spent 7.5 to 8.
When I heard,
and then the other went
for budget.
When I saw the reviews
normally
on
how
this,
they run the budgeting, which is insane. They double it just for advertising.
When I saw the reviews on this, I thought, okay, it's a Godzilla movie, so one, it's Japanese. So already it's going to have a barrier between Japanese and American culture. Most things do when it comes over.
Yep.
I said, okay, it's going to have bad acting because it's a Godzilla movie. There are going to be people running from the monster and you don't give a fuck about them. Get stepped on. Get stepped on.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for. And then it's going to have bad CGI. I was like, oh, there's CGI in this? It's going to be fucking terrible.
Right.
It was the best CGI in any Godzilla movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
Even I'm counting the legendary ones. I'm counting the legendary ones that they make here in the United States.
Okay.
And
I mean, bonus, again, no Puff Daddy.
No Puff Daddy. None. Ripping off Led Zeppelin. You're correct.
Yes.
So no allegations.
And Godzilla is not a weird
following
iguana.
This movie.
He's not a weird iguana.
He's not a weird iguana.
And first of all, how did Godzilla find
his
way to New York?
To Middle Earth?
So if Godzilla's a Pacific iguana, how the fuck did he attack New York?
Because the snowbirds travel, right?
That's a question I never
they
really
live in New York and then they come to Florida. That's the thing.
Why would he swim across and go across the Panama Canal to fucking attack New York? There's other cities, sir.
San Francisco.
San Francisco is probably
do animals migrate? Do they not? They
Why
follow
the
food.
fuck would you go from the Pacific Islands to New York?
He ran out of buildings to crush. He's like, where are the sites?
Is Godzilla Puerto Rican?
I don't think
he could be. He could be.
He might be.
I don't think lizards migrate.
I don't think so either. I think they hang out in their area.
That's a mammal thing.
It's a dinosaur thing, right? Didn't the dinosaurs cross Pangea?
No, the dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs were part of Pangea, right?
The dinosaurs stood still.
They stayed in their area, though.
They got hit with a meteor and they died. That's what they did.
Did you not watch Ice Age? Did you not watch Ice Age?
Dinosaurs were dead by Ice Age.
The cartoon.
It is.
Did you not watch Ice Age?
It is not a documentary.
It
is not.
Are you trying to argue the historical facts of fucking Pixar? What are you doing? What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to find a way to win this argument.
There's no. Godzilla wouldn't attack New York. It was a shitty movie. Godzilla 2000 was horrible, and that's part of the reason going into this movie, I thought it was gonna suck.
So you thought a dinosaur that shoots flames out of his mouth is believable, but when the motherfucker goes to New York,
it's more or less
movie is not believable in your eyes anymore.
Radiation happens, bro. It happens,
does. Right? It does.
And
but seldom does something good come out of it.
No, and Godzilla is not good in this movie.
There are some animals that do some odd things. Is it the pistol shrimp?
Oh, the pistol shrimp, aka it's also called the
Little Dick.
No,
Little Dicky.
It's the mantis shrimp.
They snap their claws.
It fires its claws out so fast,
so hard, it creates plasma.
Yeah.
And kills things in front of it.
What? Yeah, the shockwave from the snap of its claws.
So is that the origin of a Hadouken?
Could be.
Could be.
At least inspired by it.
It works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
imagine a big mantis shrimp.
You can press air or water fast enough around you. You're gonna fuck some things up.
Listen, if we're gonna irradiate one thing and not let it get big. It's a centipede for me.
You know what? Actually,
centipedes need to stay small.
That was the power that Jamie Foxx had
shoot some
in that Netflix superpower movie that he did a while back.
Shut the fuck up.
I can shoot some plasma.
I don't want to hear about the plasma you can shoot. I don't fucking want to hear about it.
Hey guys, want to see Trick?
Yeah, do it no hands. Do it right now, live on the air.
And thank you
I want
for
to see
joining
you shoot your fucking plasma with no hands. Hey guys, you want to see this?
Where Godzilla isn't the only thing shooting up.
That would be a power. To just be able to come on command.
Come in, Will.
That's my new answer to what superpower would you have? Just to be able to come instantly. Instantly. With no preparation.
Oh, man, what was the name of that shrimp?
I think it's the pistol shrimp.
Pistol shrimp.
Or the mantis.
Yep. Yo, that's the name of the episode. Pistol shrimp.